Hi and welcome to the Market Alert for Tuesday, the 15th of July 2025. So gold, oil and crypto pump and dump amid incredibly quiet stock trading ahead of today's CPI. It's a very quiet in stocks, but the dollar is up 8 days in a row on the tariffs. Stocks bid and bonds and meander as focus turns to CPI. And US stocks paired early weakness despite the latest tariff threats. Like I say, they're ignored now. CPI preview, will the impact of tariffs finally emerge? Another month of no tariff driven price increases would support a forecast of 25 basis cut by the Fed in September. And finally, we've got the S&P and the FT making new all-time highs overnight in support of Donald Trump sending top-of-the-line weapons to support NATO in Ukraine. That's a turn of events, isn't it? He wasn't going to be doing that. Now he is. So I wonder why the change of heart is there. But it's had an impact on the market, that's for sure. Particularly the S&P and the FT 100. So let's have a look at the markets and kick off with the Dow. So in the Dow, the market not selling off yesterday, finding support near the 20-bar moving average, up on the overnight as well in support of the US now backing Ukraine once more and sending weapons. The goal there is to get to 45,077, and there you can see that news that was released earlier, the market sideways, but now making its way above yesterday's high. Yesterday, all the way back up. As I said in the alert a couple of days ago, the market gets used to something that's happening, i.e. the tariffs, and then ignores everything that's bad news about them. They'll noticed also that Trump was threatening a 100% tariff with Russia as well. They got 50 days to stop the war, or they're getting that sort of tariff. Not to make a lot of difference. I thought we had sanctions in place at the start of this war under Biden. What happened to those? Yeah, all very strange. Let's have a look at the German DAX. So the German DAX, it too also filling the gap yesterday, trading up, struggling with the 5-bar moving average overnight, but I'm sure it won't be long before they can move the market back to the upside. In the 30-minute charts, you can see they're up and then we're back and then moving to the upside there. And you'll see the news also overnight moving the market up. Now we need to take out the high here and also the high overnight as well in order to keep moving to the upside. So all positive stuff with the markets despite the negative things going on in the world and with the tariffs. All just pushed to one side now and removed. In the S&P 500, the overnight all-time high 6294. That's on this platform. It might not be the official one, but with Trade Nation, that is the new all-time high. The last one was 91, we're now at 94, and you can see we're looking poised here to actually break through and move to the upside. 30-minute charts, there's your all-time high with the news of Trump adding weapons to Ukraine's arsenal, and it's also interesting to see that him doing that. I wonder what Putin's going to think, the fact that he's now changed his opinion and instead of peace wants to start sending weapons. It'll be interesting to see how that escalates. Through the high of yesterday, we've managed to stay above this apart from 1 bar. S&P making new highs today, and again Rachel from accounts will be thrilled at 9,041. This market has now gone through, so yeah, we had no trouble doing that. So 10,000 is the goal, isn't it, for the FT 100? And there you can see yesterday as well. Up, bit of consolidation. Up, bit of consolidation. News from Trump, consolidation. Now sitting at yesterday's close to try and take out today's high when the cash market opens at 8 a.m. And just before I move on to the US dollar, a thought. I forgot to give you the economic news, and we got the CPI today. We did mention it in the headlines. So the forecast today is an increase, to show an increase actually. That's what the Fed will be looking at, so they don't have to cut rates. So it's all showing an increase across the board. So it really will be interesting to see what happens with that news at 1:30. Meanwhile, in the US dollar, as it said, up for 8 days in a row. And there you can see this is continuing as well until the tariffs come into place on the 1st of August. Then I would expect this to continue in the same vein. So we'll look at the metals for yesterday, which were pumped and dumped. And starting off with silver, we traded up to 39. What was the actual number? 39.11, which is gosh, I don't know. 2011 was the last time the market was at this level, so that's 14-year high. 39 and $39.11, or make it 12. There wasn't too much selling around actually, and overnight, surprisingly, prices have got back above the 5-bar moving average there. So silver still showing some strength. They bought back in when they tried to shake out down here. Yesterday's low as well, so that's an interesting sign. But yesterday with the London, the LBMA, they just hammered the market down. As you can see, they couldn't help themselves. But the market has found some buying coming in and moving prices back to the upside. Meanwhile, gold is playing catch up. We get the daily chart there. That was sideways, but a lot of selling in gold yesterday. And moving back to the upside there once more. 30-minute chart. You can see the sell-off there when we got to Friday's high. And then we had a retracement, 100% retracement before prices reversed and then moved to the upside in the 30-minute chart. So let's have a look at the gold-silver ratio, and that's changed its picture there. We've got this support as we saw the other day. You know, it's got to get down. It's got to go below the 88 level, and it's starting to come back there. You can see there we've got 88.01. So a bit of support coming in there. Gold playing catch up to silver, but we'll see what happens later today. Right, let's have a look at yesterday's trades and then a quick look at what's happening overnight before we conclude. So yesterday the market, I was a bit late hitting the record button and or loading the chart, so I don't know what actually happened here, whether the trade was filled first or the stop was taken out. I think the stop was taken out before then the market moving to the upside. But like I say, I forgot to turn the other computer on, which I record with. Anyway, we've got the market stopping at the 200 MA. We then get a switch from a potential sell. And then prices, there's the sell, but the market taking out the stop of that one and then moving to the upside towards the S1. The goal was to fill the gap. We then had a sell that didn't last long, and the reason for that is quite simple, because you got support to the left. And then prices once more moving back to the S1. We then trade all the way back down to the S2 in the mid-morning session, and then we start to move with the Dow in the afternoon with a potential buy. The market gets through that 200 MA, continues to move higher, going back and tested it just there, and then moved higher once more. Then you've got the S1 and the market finding some resistance before finding some support at the 50 EMA with some buying coming in, and then moving back to the upside all the way through, as you can see, into the evening, getting past yesterday's, or actually that's Friday's low, and then just moving up towards the close there. Let's have a look and see where we are at the moment with this, and let's just sort the chart out. So we're moving higher at the moment, higher than yesterday's close, which is what we just saw at the tail end of yesterday. So price is heading up to yesterday's high, which is not Friday's high, of course, which is a lot further to the upside. If you look at the, it's not that far off actually. It's actually in the same region. If I just spread that one out, yeah, it's in the same region. It's actually, that's Monday's high. Oh yeah, Friday's. It's there. Yeah, it's a lot further away. So the high that you're seeing there is yesterday's high. So a lot to do on the upside to get back to Friday's high, which we see there for the 11th of July. So yeah, market's stable at the moment. Like I say, overnight, it makes you just wonder whether the loaning, or not the loaning, but the giving of weaponry to Ukraine is more than a coincidence. Perhaps it was there just to, take the sting out of the market should it have fallen on the tariff news. But it's like I say, everything seems to be being ignored now. It's insane is the only word. But there you go. That's the way it is. So with that, have a great day. And as ever, thanks for watching. See you in the next one.